Hello again, YouTube. Just wanted to make a non-rambly video for once. I'm going to try and jam in everything that a beginner might want to know about blues harp straight out the box, or harmonica. So I've got my brand new C harmonica just out the box, and just wanted to run through a few things. First of all, just a quick note about confidence. It's essential. So anything you can do to build your confidence with the harmonica, do it, because it's always worth it. That means backing tracks, playing for your family, who are always going to say, "Oh, that was wonderful," etc. Just keep playing, keep being confident. Okay, so apart from all that stuff, the confidence stuff, first thing you're going to want to know is how to hold it. So usually you take your left hand, this one, and you see the numbers on the harmonica. The 1 goes in here, and then you wrap your fingers around it so that your finger and your thumb are level-ish, so that there's no holes there. And then you wrap your other hand around it, like so, and you've got a cup that you can let air in and out of. So you get that kind of wah effect. But you don't necessarily have to cup it, just keep it so that it doesn't slip out of your hand, even when you get greasy, pasty fingers. So that's not going to slip out. Okay, the next thing you want to learn is blues scales, or sort of just scales and riffs in general. So this being a diatonic harmonica in C, this has a C major scale in the middle register, which sounds like. So it's 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw, 6 draw, 6 blow, 6 draw, 7 draw, 7 blow, and then back down again. So. It's a bit rusty. So that's a major diatonic, or the major scale. So you might want to learn that for melodies if you want to play something specific. But the other major scale you might want to learn is the blues scale. I'm not so good at this going up, but it's more of a down thing to start with anyway. But it sounds like this. So it's without any bends or anything. That's the simplest blues scale. So it's going down and back up again. So that's 6 blow, 5 draw, 4 draw, 4 blow, 3 draw, 2 draw. So it sounds like this. Okay, so that's a really useful start to know and to internalise. And so riffs, I mean the first riff that I learnt, I think, was the Manish Boy riff. I'm not sure if I can remember it, but let's give it a go. Yeah, okay, so that's 3 blow, 4 blow, 3 blow, 3 draw, 3 blow, in its simplest version. and maybe to get some timing, you might want to put a metronome on and practice that. So something like that. So a riff that you can play every time you put a harmonica in your hand. Just learn it. Whatever sounds good to you. It doesn't have to be an established riff. But that's really good practice. Okay. Next thing you want to know is single notes. Well, I mean, before that you want to learn single notes, but a good way to do this is to just mess around with it until you get the feeling in your mouth that matches the single note. So that's a single note with no extra notes. It's not like where you've got a single note on the inhale and a chord on the exhale. You don't want that. You just want a single note. So that's what you're after, because if you can't play single notes, you can't really play very much on the harmonica, and you want to get those down. And also, after getting single notes, you want to try and make sure that you can go from one single note to another single note next to it, and then increase that distance. So, being able to jump, say, from the two draw. You want to be able to jump between notes. That's terrible. So, after getting the single notes, you want to practice moving between single notes and still having single notes. So not going from a single note into a chord next to it, but going. Still messy, but I'm trying to rush through this. But okay, so that's single notes. You also want to learn bends. Pretty much essential for any blues music. And they also give you more notes. So say for example that Manish Boy riff, that's without any bends, but if you want to put a bend in it, it sounds more bluesy. So you can hear the difference between and there, yeah. Also with the blues scale, you can bend a lot of the notes on that. So rather than, you can do something like. So that's what bending does. And for me, when I first got my first C harmonica, I couldn't play a straight two. So I couldn't play. It just didn't work. What I was doing was automatically bending that two. So I was, or a little bit, not right, but I was sounding like this. Which isn't very nice. So you want to get distinct bends. I found it easiest on the 4 and the 2 hole. So on the 2 hole, for example, you've got the natural note, and then you've got I think it's full bend. So you've got 3 notes on that 2 draw. So practice getting those clearly definable. So rather than just slipping down, try and punctuate it with your mouth, which we'll go into in a sec, and make those separate notes. So okay, so there's plenty of ways of learning that, and it's a big issue. There's lots of ways of describing it, but it basically means changing the way that the air goes through the harmonica. So, and you can just practice by moving the back of your tongue. Try not to move the front of your tongue, but try doing it with the back rather than the front. That's all I'll say about that. And then there's percussion. So that kind of thing in your mouth. So, for example, saying tucker on just breathing in without harmonica, going that sounds like that. If you do it with a harmonica in your mouth, you sound like this. So you can use a variety of percussion in your mouth to make lots of different sounds on the harmonica. So. So you can just play around with it and use different ways of percussion in your mouth. Also, if you want to give a tack to your notes, you can use that punctuation as well. So rather than, for example, you could punctuate it and go. So that gives your notes a bit more force or power. And yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, well, I hope that helps and it's not too rambly.